Hey there. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. We are live. Hey, moderator. Hey, everybody. We are here for our Wednesday in the cards. Let's see here. I'm getting management messages here. Okay, yes, the sound is good. We are up and we are running. This is in the cards with me, Joelle. I'm the librarian. I'm gonna just give it a few minutes here to let people pop in. Notifications just went out. If you have some, we're gonna read cards together. So if you have a tarot or oracle deck that you like to use, go ahead and pull it out because we're going to look at this spread. Hey, E. Marie, how you doing, sis? Glad you showed up tonight. I tried to get you last night with the Caroline, the pet psychic, but I missed you. So, there's so much going on. I know you keeping your chakras lit. So everybody grab a deck, like grab a tarot deck, grab an oracle card. So on In the Cards with the Vibrarian, it is my opportunity to do the things that I love, which involves having spiritual conversations with oracle and tarot decks. So I come here every Wednesday, talk cards, we talk shop, we talk creators, we talk using cards, systems of card divination, all kind of things. And so thank you everybody who comes every week, for the community of folks who are gathered around. Let's run the roll call. We got Washington, we got Guba, Tanya, we got E. Marie, we've got, I'm sure, we'll have probably Stacy coming up and Kim, and I know we've got a few other regulars who are going to probably pop up as soon as they get the notification. So thank you to each of you for bringing your energy tonight. This is going to be a work session. We're going to work this spread together. So go ahead and get your cards while we do everything, kind of getting things set up. We're only about 3 minutes in. So the conversation is about reducing anxiety and stress. So if you have any amethyst, crystal, if you have any kind of spray or sage, if you have a bath ritual like lavender, whatever your jam is that helps you go to like your least stressful energy, go ahead and get that. If you can bring it around, I'm going to spray some of my little all things intuitive Reiki and sage clearing spray. All right, so everybody grab your cards. So tarot, as we know, is based on a system, and using tarot to look at your life energies is certainly a wonderful tool. It can be a little intimidating for people, but if you watch videos and if you learn and you start to look at the cards and, of course, use a good old search engine, then you can come to understand how cards work and what the story that's being told in that little picture kind of begins to resonate for you. I love Pinterest. As we all know, like visual stuff has been what people gravitate to more and more over the years as we've become socially connected. And I love finding interesting spreads to use. Now, a spread is a way that you can arrange the cards in order to answer certain questions for yourself. Most oracle card creators do have a section of suggested spreads that they channel in with the card messages that's specific to their particular creation. So rather than like a traditional Celtic cross, which is a very familiar tarot spread for a lot of people, they may have like the 8 stages of the infinite beyond, if that's their deck, right? So you might see that the cards are arranged in infinity sign, and there's a certain then questions that are asked along each stage of the particular spread. So what I wanted to do is actually let's run it. We're going to run a spread tonight, see how it works, and If you're reading along with, please put the deck you're using or the card that you get when we ask the question in the chat. Okay, and I'm testing out new technology, so we are going to see how this works. If my moderator could let me know, is everything copacetic? Are we tracking okay? I'm waiting for comments. I know there's a lag, about 30 seconds. Okay. Yes. All right. Another good vibe tribe. Melanie, Naked Lady Mandalas. Walking back from a sunset journey. Oh, wonderful. Please get some of that beach vibe for all of us here. I will definitely be there in spirit with you. Okay, so we've got our decks. I'm going to be using two decks tonight, and I'm going to switch over in just a second. I'm going to be using a traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, and I also tapped in and was guided to use the Soul's Journey cards by James Van Praagh, Lesson Cards. So we're going to walk through the steps of this spread and talk about each walk of the station and how to use it. And yeah, it's just going to be a learning thing. So welcome. All right. Okay. Google's using Ask Your Guides by Sonia Choquette. Okay, I'm familiar with that deck. I don't own it. Marie, which deck did you wind up getting? And also Washington, if you've got anything. Okay, the African Goddess Rising deck. Yay, wonderful. Okay, so we're going to get that energy. We're going to get the Ask Your Guides energy. And then I don't know if Washington, if you have your Oracle deck handy or not. But anyway, we're just going to get into it. So I'm about to share screen. Yay, technology. All right. Oh, you've also got the Rider Tarot. All right. So if any of you have already done spreads on Pinterest, let me know. This one tonight is from Emerald Lotus Divination. Please check out on Pinterest, and I will at some point put the links to find this source. I'm not the creator of the spread, and at some point I would hope that I'll be able to have a conversation about how this spread came up and some of the other tools that they have created for using with card divination. So there's a wealth of free resources out there. Let me just show you what I'm looking at. This is the simple tarot spread to reduce anxiety and stress. So we're going to walk through all these questions and positions one by one and see what story wants to come out for us in the now moment. All right. And feel free, if you're at home doing this later after the live, pause it however you need to do it, or go check out the spread and run it for yourself. All right. So let's see if I can get this share screen thing to do. All right, I am relying on my moderator here to let me know if anything looks out of place, out of pocket. My own navigation tools are kind of blocking my view, so let me see here. All right, so of course, I can't see anything in the chat, so I'm going to just have to have a trust exercise at this point. Okay, so the first question we are going to ask is, work with your deck, how you work with your deck. I always clear and get my cards ready, and of course, I've aligned them to only have conversations with unconditional love and truth. That's for my highest good and the highest good of all. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out all 4 cards for each of these positions. What is my current reality? How can I center myself? Which I like that that's on the bottom because we're talking about grounding yourself. When the one's on the top, that's like where you're thinking, because your thinking changes your reality perception. The best way for me to relax And then how can I stop worrying about the future? Let's leave that energy where it is. All right, so we're going to give this another shuffle or two here. Right, and here we go. Here's a third for me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put all these down. And I do have reversals in my cards. You may or may not. 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then I always like to take the bottom of the deck. That's my conversation directly with spirit. It's kind of just something personal that I do. And feel free to do your readings however you resonate as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and draw from this oracle deck because I love to see how these messages wind up layering on each other. That's the delightful part about how spirit communicates with me that I truly enjoy. Let's go ahead and see here. All right, so here we go. We've got 1. I'll put this underneath here. 2, underneath here. 3, put it underneath here. 4, put that underneath here. And on the bottom of the deck, I'm trying to find out where the thing is on the bottom of the deck. Okay, we'll put that underneath here. All right, so let us talk about question number 1. First of all, let me pause here real quick and stop my share, and just so I could check in with the chat room and see how everybody's doing. Okay, all right, we've got the Mystical Wisdom deck by Gay Guthrie from Washington. And we've got the Air Heart Scan Oracle cards by Dr. Tracy J. being used by Dr. Tracy. Hello, welcome this evening. All right, so we've got our cards all laid out. Let me get on back to the share. All right. All right, here we go again. All right, so the first question is, and I'm going to leave this card for a second round completely, even though it's already dealt. So what is my current reality? So what the arrow wants to show us, let me put this over here. Okay, what is my current reality? My current reality is that I am happy. I have a beautiful amount of love in my life. Okay, so reduce your stress and anxiety by realizing how good and how beautiful your life really is. The 10 of Cups is about having our emotional needs just fulfilled. Look at this, there's a rainbow. This is beautiful emotional happiness, those kinds of connective happiness that comes from friends and family and beautiful times, things that enrich us at an emotional level. So if you know that life really is good, like if you change your perspective to think about how good your life really is, and I spoke about how this is about how you perceive stuff, it changes your reality experience. So think about how good your life is, count your blessings, count your 10 cups, right? And that should help you like, whew, okay, is life really a catastrophe right now? Okay, I love it. This is great. All right, we're going to put this back under here. And so then our grounding and our foundation, how can I center myself? Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so the 2 of Swords is a card of like indecision and having your blinders on. And, like, so how can you center yourself is don't avoid the decisions. Go ahead and go ahead and make the decisions that need to be done. Think about, the evidence, if you need more evidence to weigh something before, but don't be reluctant to go ahead, take the blinder off, action, you know what I'm saying? And know that your decisions, like owning your decisions, right? If you know, okay, I'm centered in what is the best choice for myself in the internal choice rather than making the choice that is going to be necessarily satisfying others, right? I've gone within, I've looked at my perspective, I've centered myself by saying I will view things with honesty and with truth so that I can go ahead and know that also that there is no decision that is so catastrophic that we won't have opportunity. Like a lot of times we hesitate because we think it's either or, when a lot of times it can be and more, right? So let's see if I got, okay, there we go. So I think I figured out how to get the menu off. Okay, so the next thing is, what is the best way for me to relax? Okay, yes, what is the best way for me to relax? After this round, I want to get through and see what tarot cards and what your first round looks like. We'll share in the chat room before we get into the soul's journey. Okay, so we have, what is the best way for me to relax? Oh, now this is interesting. Like, so the Page of Pentacles is energy dealing with like manifesting. So it's interesting because I would say that this means to go out and play in some nature. Like this is like taking seeds and bringing them into soil to be fertilized and grown in the Page of Pentacles. It's youthful energy. Go outside and play in the dirt. Go outside in Atlanta and play in the beautiful nature and the air. That should help you relax. Also, it's like focusing, like this is like a focus energy as he's looking at the pentacle. So, quiet the mind and relax it by just using a mandala or another focusing breath or intention in order to calm your mind instead of being all scattered everywhere, bringing it inward to that focal point. Okay, very interesting. All right, now the fourth position is, how can I stop worrying about the future? All right, so I've counted my blessings. I've taken an honest look. I'm committed to taking an honest look at my life. I'm evaluating and spending time out in nature, right? And so in terms of the future, I am, oh, see, so if you go in with, this is the card of knowing your inner light, of going within and seeking your own guidance and communion with the divine. So when you know and trust that you are in that space where you are going to follow the path of illumination that comes from there, then you don't worry. Because why worry? Because if you're trusting, we were just talking about this earlier, if you're trusting, then there is nothing to worry about. You're overriding what you said that you believe can happen for you, and what you're trusting yourself to guide you into, you're immediately doubting that. So by worrying, so that's a beautiful reassurance. There is a light that shines special for you and me, right? And it's our inner light that is shining. All right, so I'm going to pause here I'm going to get my last message from the universe later, but I'm going to pause here because I want to see what is going on in the chat and what cards you might have got. Okay, hey, Humane Dragon. All right, for the Pacific Northwest showing up. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so, and I'm not familiar, I don't think I'm familiar with the Dream Tarot. Okay, so somebody chime in on what is your current reality? Who got a current reality statement wants to share? I mean, I hope y'all are with me on this. Ms. Hazel is using the transparent tarot and oracle. Oh, those are nice. I don't have those either. Nice. Those are really interesting to use. I think I saw Consciousness Evolution Journey using those. Are they round or are they square? Okay. Uh, number one, physical body and Gaia was the card that what is the current reality from the Ask Your Guides deck, I believe that was from. All right. So your current reality is that you are embodying and manifesting something onto the physical plane. I would think that that is definitely truthful. All right. Oh, you do have the transparent tarot. Okay, so Guba says she has the I know which ones, they're square, I think. Okay, cool deck. All right, so anybody else get a tarot or oracle card for what their current reality is? We're manifesting our happy home. It's our collective energy. Oh, the oracle is round and the tarot is a large card. Oh, very cool. Two of Swords. So you got the Two of Swords up there and I got the Two of Swords reversed at the bottom. So your current reality is what? You're at a decision point. Was it upright, Marie? Okay. Needing to take our blinders off and just come to a decision and see things for as they are. All right. Current reality. Anyone else with the current reality? We got Miss Hazel, I know, has a tarot. Humane Dragon, if you've got your dream tarot, let's throw these cards in here for our current reality. Okay, yes, it was the Two of Swords. All right, upright. All right. So that's the crowning energy. It's being in decision, conjunction, junction. Right. You're at a reality junction point. Five of Cups. Oh, Miss Hazel. So Five of Cups, are you needing a hug? Do we need to hug you? Are you grieving something in your current reality? I mean, not to be all too personal, but Five of Cups is definitely a card of like loss and maybe having something regretful in your memory or space. And the message in the Five of Cups in the Rider Waite is that the viewpoint of the person is that they're looking at the two cups that are turned over, or the three cups that are turned over, the spilled liquid, right? And there's a very sorrowful kind of figure. If you imagine the hermit, but without any light, it's a very dark and cloaked figure. But behind, out of the perspective, is upright cups that still have love and value in them. So, part of that, the Five of Cups thing is to honor real grief, which is an emotion that we all are here to experience, and making loving, meaningful connections with things and putting our loving energy into our reality creation. So, allowing proper time for grief and recognizing when we're in that stage, but then also looking at when do we need to turn away from that experience and begin to look more fully at the cups that are remaining, and begin our progress back towards the completion up from the Five of Cups through the healing process to the Ten of Cups as well. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. So we had a friend's dad pass. Another friend is depressed and feeling a lot of them in a hug. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's the thing. It is still a very emotional time. And if you are holding space for people who are going through intense things in their lives right now, like that is the light worker's job in a lot of cases, but it's not meant to tap us all the way out and drain all our cups too. So, needing to reserve for ourselves and asking for spiritual support to support those that we are pouring out our cups to while we need to do that. There is a lot of transition and funerals happening. And so the other folks are being impacted by needing to grieve stuff. So, okay, so for the next one, which was how can I center myself? What did anybody get on that one for position number 2? Ours was 2 of swords reversed. So taking our blinders off and just seeing things and making decisions. Being confident in our choices for self. Anybody have anything? Let's see, the lag is real. Oh, 2 healers, guides, and loss. Okay, so it says, how can I center myself? That was card number 2. The death card, which is what, allowing things to end so that they can begin new. That's so interesting, to have that be a message of the grounding aspect, right? Of it's almost like realizing our investment. Oh, and the wheel. Wow. So we got all the wheel, the death card, the two healers, guide, and loss, the 2 of swords reversed, right? So at our foundation, when you realize, I'm living and breathing right now, like as I woke up and came to awareness today, that in and of itself is the soul centering into the body, right? I'm here. Okay. I'm in this embodiment. Once again, I may have been off in the night doing things, right? But like centering as you come back in and being fully invested in being at the helm of your life rather than abdicating your decisions to others. When you're centered, then you're willing and ready to, stop living through others' experiences, and you begin to live through your own inner light instead, which means a lot of times that you have to allow things to die, especially things that are not balanced in the energy that you're putting in. The wheel returns to us that in its right aspect, it returns to us that which we put out forth. And when we encounter systems where there is not a balance of the wheel, or the wheel is challenged in its aspect, then it's on us to go ahead and adjust ourselves out of that dynamic so that we can know that our energy is going to be returned with the resonance that we intend it out with, if that makes sense. We had the card from the angel cards, be self-aware, experience the essence of who I truly am from within. Okay, who I truly am from within, being your true self, your authentic self. All right, self-sourcing. Okay, so the best way for me to relax, that's position number 3. Spend time in nature, get out there, make a garden, plant some seeds, spend some time out in nature, do some focused intention, breath work, meditation. What else did we have going on in here? Take my power back and live my truth. Okay. Right. When we take that blindfold off and refuse to be hoodwinked and bamboozled, much less to ourselves. Okay. All right. Anything on the best way for me to relax? Light of Swords. What is the Light of Swords, Marie? Oh, Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is very interesting because the Knight of Swords is rapid moving decisions making and mental energy, and sometimes it's considered haphazard kind of energy where it's like the knight looks really kind of crazy trying to like hold on to the horse, like, and the horse looks very stressed as he's moving. And it's often the card that says, you know, not to rush into hasty decisions. So it's very interesting for the Knight of Swords. And if you have any intuition coming through for you with that, Marie, please put it in the comments. We have Tanya says, number 3, self-control and higher self reversed. Okay. So relax your control. Oh, not to be so controlling would be the relaxation part. Oh, okay. Okay. Tracy says she's using the call to love portion of the card deck. Okay. And 8 of Swords reverse. So, okay. So letting loose some control, going out in nature, focusing our like letting our thoughts go and just being kind of in a meditative state. And it's like, this is the little things, like, right? So letting go of the little things, maybe. All right, for the managers in the room. Okay. Anyone else with the be still and enjoy loving me? That's the call to love cards pull from Tracy. That's perfect. Be still and enjoy loving me. This is also like, I feel like it's like, look at my value. Like, okay, this is examining my self-worth, the pentacle. You know, what's my time worth today? Is it worth me taking a nap, or is it worth me, you know what I'm like, is it worth me going and moving someone's furniture today? Like, what is the value statement, right? That's happening, and knowing the little things, right? It's knowing it doesn't even have to be big, right? It's carrying the little things that can then do something. I mean, there's just so many possibilities. So there's also the yellow and the empowerment energy here, but any other relax cards that anyone wanted to share? And 8 of Swords reverse is let yourself relax, right? Like, that's keeping yourself out of the relaxed state. Like, go ahead and let it, right? Some people have to learn how to relax. Okay. Oh, trying to be better at meditating and letting the mind be open. Okay, wonderful. Aren't we all constantly looking at ways to remove barriers in our thinking as we uncover them? We're all learning a new way of being, and a lot of that has to do with discarding our thinking as well. So, okay, so for the 4th one was, how can I stop worrying about the future? And that was our Hermit card, which was going and seeking your inner light and trusting that which comes from there. So what did anybody get from that position? I love this one. I always say that there are times when you need someone, I will be by your side. What is that comment? There is the light that shines special for you and me. Right? Okay, that's like, so it's a light, right? When you need someone, know that you are never alone. Like, your higher self is always there, right? Within. That's what you can always trust. Okay, we've got 6 of Cups reversed. I'm gonna have to meditate on that. Let me catch these as they run by, and then we'll come back. It is hard to relax. Yes, it is. That brain focus is very hard. Try polyrhythms on YouTube. They have a way of synchronizing the brain hemispheres, not binaurals. It's a different kind of stimuli in the way that the music is constructed. And it's very good for helping to kind of bring into focus, like that Pentacle show, polyrhythmic music. You can put polyrhythmic study music. I find it very helpful myself. Okay. We had 6 of Pentacles, which is, okay, how can I stop worrying about the future? 6 of Pentacles is like knowing that you will always have enough to give and that you will always receive from the world, right? So Six of Pentacles is having enough abundance to share and being able to participate in a benevolent exchange with others, right? So, stop worrying, know that you're always going to have enough and that you can continue to like give and to that you will receive in return. The Six of Cups reverse. So the Six of Cups reverse, I have that, oftentimes that energy comes in, it says, okay, if it's like your childhood carefree, happy little vibes of being in elementary school and KISSING and double Dutch and all that kind of stuff. It's lighthearted, playful, our inner child in its happy place as an adult. But when it's reversed, so it's like the sadness, something in there's not a lighthearted sadness feeling associated with the inner child or the childhood, right? So like if you are operating out of worry for the future, because you grew up not thinking that something was possible for you, recognize that was in the past. That was the bygone era, right? And it's reversed. So that energy is not like returning into your future reality. So like it's like almost having a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you think that people, real love doesn't exist, and then you have situations where real love doesn't exist for you. So like, don't think that the past is going to happen again automatically, but be aware for the signs of familiarity. Okay. All right. Does anybody else have for decisions, higher self, reverse? Okay, we have let go of fear, negative thought patterns, and belief. Allow the power of love to flow into my life experience. Oh, well, that's perfect. If I let go of fear, negative thought patterns, and beliefs, allow the power of love to flow into my life experience. Okay, so those are the 4 energies. Now I want to give it a pause here. If anyone for comments, and then I'm going to run these soul journey cards and then the flip of it. If anybody else has any cards that you drew for any of the positions, feel free to go ahead and throw them in the chat. And you can go to Open Heart World, I believe, to connect with the air cards that Tracy is using with these messages from her. She's got a couple cards, so you can check out what she offers. These messages were great, especially that letting go of fear and negative thought patterns, right? This is all thoughts, the 2 of Swords in that position, right? Letting go of it and stopping worrying. I have a habit pattern of worry. I'm low key with it, but I have to acknowledge that it's there. And my friends call me Killjoy. And they also call me Ricky Bobby, right? Because I do have like a worrisome, worst case scenario could happen kind of thing. But I do look for ways where my pessimistic viewpoint is sabotaging the potentialities that I can receive, and I try to root that out. All right, so, all right, I am going to go ahead and switch over back to the video for the thing, so I will not see comments for a minute. All right. All right, here we go. So back to the first question, which was my current reality. We had the happy family. Okay. So even though we may feel that we, be surrounded, we are actually lonely, right? Are we lonely for connection? Are we lonely for a family? Is there something, right? Or that even though, like, are we isolated within our family? Sometimes we don't realize we assume that everybody's doing okay and that they're out there being social and being happy and they're always around people. But we don't realize that sometimes there's not actually a deeply satisfying emotional connection that is speaking to the loneliness of the person of being in community. But this is that I know that I am never alone. And I love this because it's also like the community of people holding up the light and holding this energy out. And it's a rainbow of people as well. When you look at the arms of the people on the happy card, right? That love, that happiness, like we are to emit that frequency, right? From ourselves out into the world. So when we know it, know that we're not alone as light workers, we are not alone and shining our light around the planet. We are all connected into this global consciousness that is here embodying love to bring in this new, happy, family, emotional, beautiful, rainbow, new reality. Okay, pretty cool so far. All right, let me pause real quick because I did see some comments coming into the chat there just as I was closing. Oh, for the future. Oh, Seven Sisters creativity card. The Seven Sisters, I love it. Seven Sisters, that's the Pleiades, and seven is my jam. That's my number. That's my Divine Feminine Calling card. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get on back and continue with the position number 2, which was how can I center myself? All right, so discipline. I need some discipline tonight. That's what Janet Jackson said. Okay, a little bit different, but look at that mandala and that portal as well. So, having the focus, discipline to be able to, and maybe that's part of, the meditation and discipline is to find an object that you can center in on as a visual and allow yourself to be drawn into that focal point, right? But also if you're centered, it's like you're holding yourself to the structure. This show is part of my discipline exercise. I've been having these ideas of stuff I wanted to do, and they've been all the way out in potentiality for a long time. But I finally put myself in 2023 on a disciplined schedule to do this every week. And I'm so glad that I did that because it's not unfun for me to be doing this. I enjoy it a lot. So the discipline it held me accountable to myself. And it centers me because I know on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I have something I have to do. I have somewhere I have to go. I need to put it together and be on time and be, answerable to myself and the things that I decided for myself were important for me to do. All right. So now I love it. So the best way for me to relax, let's see here. There we go. We go out in nature, meditate. Ooh, look at this. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Now that is amazing. I watched Melanie, Naked Lady Mandalas, this morning, drawing a mandala in real time on her YouTube channel. And it was like on a burgundy background with white, but she was talking about the feathers around it. And it was shaped very similarly to this, right? So knowing, like, also focus, like if you're focused on, like, what is your value? I love myself. What do I see? Who do I see? When I look in the mirror, what value can I see in myself? Are they pieces of gold or are they pennies, right? I love myself and I see myself in everyone. The world is our mirror. Again, orange is our creative sacral energy. Blue is our divine connection, our truthful expression, right? So I love the things that I create and the gifts and the spark that I bring to this world the divine spark that I am bringing into manifestation through my existence. Okay. All right, we're going to keep going here to the fourth one. How can I stop worrying about the future? And it is understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay, here's that grief showing up again, right? Reconciling grief and allowing something as proper processing in our emotional field. And that takes as long as it takes. This is very orange. So this is like our creation. So it may not be like a person. It could be a project or a dream or something that you had that you are still holding on to that it impacted you. And the other thing that I would say is that we had the death card, which is also the phoenix. It was about allowing things to transform from the old thing to the new. One thing that I've experienced is like one time I had a whole plan together and one component of the plan didn't work. And I was emotionally just very sad about it. But I understood in that moment that if this did not work, there must be some higher timeline thing that is supposed to happen because I trust that my divine plan is always the highest possible timeline is always unfolding for me. But I still had like a strong grief for the loss of the idea. So what I did, I went and I cried for like 10 minutes. And then I was like, okay, all right, shake it off. Now let's see what I'm supposed to really do instead of what I thought that I was supposed to do. So it's like if you hold on to your plans and, if something changes, then don't worry as much that, oh my God, right? Let it just be, let it be okay. Process your grief, and then you won't have to also worry about manifesting a vibration of energy that prolongs and continues the mourning or the grieving kind of experience for ourselves. All right, so let me switch back over into the chat here before we get the wrap up. Okay, let's see. It looks like a circuit, the goddess of desire. What is it you desire, really? Call it now. Call it in now. You're going to pull a mandala card, after having a walk in the moonlight. And you got Ma'at, the goddess of giving and receiving. That's the Six of Pentacles. And the readings are very synchronistic, disciplined, and being accountable to yourself. And that she was inspired. Okay, by me. I'm inspired by you too and your art. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna turn us over the last ones. I'm gonna do it just with this screen here instead of switching back over because I definitely want to see if what came out. And I know Marie, you said the Seven Sisters came out for the message from Spirit, which I love that because again, that's the divine feminine energy, the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades, the seven Hermetic principles. It's just a high vibrational number. And it's very affirming for that to say that this is the message from that aspect of spirit that's coming through for us this evening. So let's see okay, so this is the tarot card. Message from spirit is like the Six of Swords is to move on. Okay, I'm gonna cuss. You take your shit and you get the hell on, right? So this is the card that if you've ever applied for a federal job, there's a thing called the KSAs, and they are just a pain in the butt back in the day when you actually had to make resumes, right? Showing my age now, but it was your knowledge, skills, and abilities. And you had to go through this whole matrix of being able to describe what you did when you applied for a federal job and get your KSAs. And there were professional writers who would make your resume KSA friendly, right? Your knowledge, skills, and abilities. Once you acquire a knowledge or a skill or ability, it cannot be taken away from you. So you never lose anything that has come into your collective awareness from moving on. In this card, you'll see the waters are ripply on one side, which is stormy, and they're calm on the other. And there's not a view in terms of this shrouded figure controlling or navigating or taking part at all in any part of the navigation of this. This is like spirit is, if you allow spirit, it will just move you into calmer waters. If you trust, know that the divine has got this and will take you on from following that inner light, and that staff of the divine is going to be what propels you forward. Move away from the past and transform into something new. All right. And so our last card for this is doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Let go of the doubt, right? Look at, I love how the colors even on each of the pairs tend to go together, right? That's part of the reason why I love, wow, even, using oracle cards, because there's a reason why they show me which decks that I should use, all right? So leave me no room for doubt. There's a beautiful song, Leanne LaHavis, No Room for Doubt. Leave me no room for doubt. Speak softly, leave me no room for doubt, is how that goes. Please speak softly, leave me no room for doubt. Okay. She says, Marie says in her tarot card that was on the bottom of the deck was the Fool card reversed. And in the Oracle deck, Mama Columba Bang, speak up, speak your truth. Now the Fool reversed. That's interesting because the Fool reverse really is like taking the leap of faith and having trust and no doubt. Like the Fool reverse would be having somewhat of a doubtful mindset. I'm very curious to see what Mama Columba Bang, if you share more guidance about that. Speaking of, if there's other information about where she's from or which, if it's Ifa, or I'm not familiar with that energy. So, but again, we're here with the feminine principle coming through to give us messages. Does anybody else have a card then for their lip or their final message, or any one of the positions at all that you thought was insightful that you want to bring forward? I love this. This is like the Sri Yantra as well, who is providing form and structure, right? That's the masculine framing. The Sri Yantra is a very powerful symbol, also used for meditation. So you can also Google that and find things that you can print out to help focus your energy so that you can enter that Zen state. Okay, so Mama Columba Bang is from Senegal. All right, thank you. I'm glad you brought out that deck. I have a deck, I haven't used it yet, but I thought that it would be perfect for you too. So I lean on you for that. All right, and protectors of the river. Okay, we got somebody on a body of water here. And Melanie says, just pulled from the mandala healing or oracle, pulled higher will again and prepare. So you've been getting higher will a lot. I mean, this is like higher will, right? That divine, that higher will taking us to where it wants us to go. Oh yeah, in the video, in the mandala video today, the higher will card came up. I think it was a crystal card with it. And Marie says that the declaration of Mama Columba is, I reclaim my voice and I speak out and I speak up. Okay, I have no doubt. I speak up, I reclaim my voice, That's a beautiful message too. From spirit, dusting us off, right? Saying, we got this. We're going to take you into calmer waters, no doubt. You betray yourself by not speaking up, is the message of that oracle card. Your words. Okay, so speaking out into form to make manifest, betray yourself by not speaking up, right? By not taking that blindfold off and seeing things, and by not honoring your inner divine guidance. And also loneliness, right? Sometimes we just have to tell somebody we don't think that we can, but we can, right? Have power. The transparent oracle from Miss Hazel says, touch all of what you mentioned, intense creativity, fire within, personal transformation may be taking place. Take joys outside yourself, and the symbol is the butterfly. Okay, yes, and we have from Melanie, Blue Star Sapphire, and as ended, Master El Moira. And Marie says power, taking our power back, speaking our truth. Beautiful. Okay, I mean, we're all, as if anything, this should show you we're all going through similar energies in our own unique way. I love this. This is so fun. I mean, this was a perfect way that this question, undertaking these questions from Emerald Lotus Divination, led us into a collective conversation about realities that we have that are similar and that we can resonate with each other, and got some helpful tools and guidance. And of course, the message is repeated over and over again, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You got it. You're powerful. Speak up, stand on it, and then stop worrying so much about how you're received, what's going to happen, what's the outcome going to be. Just trust. Just trust, right? Trust and go on and be happy. So, oh, this was so much fun. Thank you, everybody who's tuned in. We'll be back next week. I'm going to try to do like a spread conversation at least once a month out of all the types of shows that I do with the content and stuff. And so we'll pick another one. If you've got a suggestion, I've got probably 30 bookmarked in my Pinterest board. So I've got to go through, but I felt like this one was the one that was appropriate for the time, and it turns out it was. So there's a couple of cheeky ones, and there's a couple really practical ones. So if you have anything, I would love to give it a run with you as well. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much. And I just hope that you stand in your power and see things a little bit more expansively now after having this time with me in the cards. So, all right, I'm signing off. Namaste. So everybody have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. All right.